Hey there Night Owls, and welcome to the second video in TypeScript tutorial series. In this video we'll be understanding how to compile our TypeScript file into a JavaScript file and what is this tsconfig.json file used for.
Let me in, yeah.
Before moving forward to actually compiling TypeScript, let's create a project folder and name it TypeScript. Let's move inside the folder and open Microsoft Visual Studio Code by the command code space dot. Basically, it opens the Microsoft Visual Studio Code inside the current directory we are working in our terminal. Now we need to create two files first off and name it index.html and a file, name it main.js. Basically what these two files are going to be used for is to get the output. So index.html will be our HTML file where we'll be getting our output, and main.js file will be our file where we'll be compiling our TypeScript into JS. So if you open this index.html and use this emmet abbreviation, it will create a simple HTML which we can then rename the title to TypeScript space output. Okay, so that makes sense. And now we can have hello world over there. Now I would like you to install one extension which will be required if you want to do it the best efficient way, and it also helps in development further. So I recommend this application whenever you are a web developer. So go to extension and search for live server, and you will see the live server by Rhetoric Day. So if you go click install, it has already installed in my Microsoft Visual Studio Code, so I won't be installing it. So install this application, reload your Microsoft Visual Studio Code and get back to coding. So to use this live server, you will mostly have a live server option over there which is turned off in my Microsoft Visual Studio Code right now. But if you can just right click there and open with live server is that option you'll be clicking to open the page in live server. So what the live server is going to do for you is basically, if I change this file by a little bit just by saying hello world to hello coding house and save it, so you'll see I have not reloaded this page but it's already reloaded by itself. So that's what a live server will do. It will automatically update the changes inside our browser whenever we make a change inside our HTML file. Now let's go to our let's link our main.js file here. So script src, hit enter /main.js, and our main.js is now linked to our index.html. Now if you go over to main.js and type console.log, and let's say hello is what we want to log in the console, go there to your browser, inspect and open the console. You'll see that hello is over there. If you change this to everyone, you'll see we have everyone automatically update over there. So that's why we need the live servers, so to make this course a little efficient and not waste our time in reloading the web page. Now let's create our main TypeScript file that we will be working on and name it source.ts, so because it will act as a source to our compiled JavaScript. And if you write something over there, for instance, we can log hello coding house and save this file. So if you remember, we have the command tsc available in our terminal after installing TypeScript into our system. If you are wondering how to install TypeScript in your system and have not checked out our previous video, see the cards above. You can find the link to the previous video and learn how to install TypeScript in your system. So this TypeScript command lets us to compile our TypeScript. We just need to pass in the name of the file that we want to compile, and it is source.ts, and if we hit enter, you'll see it creates a file for us which is the compiled JavaScript file source.js. The only difference that we can see is that there is a semicolon, there is not a semicolon, but there is a semicolon in our compiled file which is added by the TypeScript compiler. Now, but surely we don't need our output inside the source.js file, which is automatically created. So let's delete this file, and we want our output to be inside the main.js file. So to do that, we simply say tsc space our input file, which is source.ts, and then we hit space and use the out flag. The out flag helps us to declare our output file to our compiled JavaScript. So we can say we want this to be in main.js. We hit enter, wait for a few seconds, and as soon as it is completed, we can see our main.js file has the same code that our source.ts file have. If you go to your browser, you can see hello coding owls printed over there. There is one more thing that we might want to look at, and that TypeScript actually allows us to change the way our TypeScript compilation works. And one can change the way this by using a tsconfig.json file. So if you want to do this, the easiest way would be to create a tsconfig.json file. Well, as easy as it might look, but this is not the efficient way of doing it, because TypeScript does have a more better way. So if you look, I have deleted that file. Go to your command prompt or the terminal window, run the command tsc space ---- init and hit enter, and you can see successfully created tsconfig.json file. So if you open this tsconfig.json file now, you'll see we already have some predefined ways of changing the way our compilation works, though most of them are commented, which makes sure that you can have the option, and then we have the kind of a documentation about the value that we are going to change, the property that we are going to change. For instance, allow.js true allows us JavaScript files to be compiled. Check.js reports errors into our .js file, so our JS errors will be there in our JS files. We can have more options enabled, and most of them are boolean, which means we can edit the way our compilation works in mostly the two ways, most of, and there is an option for library. We can add library which we want to use for our compilation, and there are pretty much very much so many things to understand in a single video. So we'll see most of them, and we'll cover most of them throughout our tutorial series. And this is pretty much it for this video. So if you have not subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe it, hit the bell icon. I've been saying this for a long time now. And if you like this video, please like it, share it to your colleague, and as always, thanks for watching.